By October 2020, my entire client base was almost gone. I was on the verge of bankruptcy. I collapsed on a curb, dust on my jeans. That fear, that's my fire. On the 28th of December 2024, the ground shifted for me. I'm building lean. No large team, just myself, my Rolodex, and some AI tools. Your path is different, your tools, your risks, your resources, it's all different. And I'm not here to teach you how to win. If I hit a wall I can't climb, you'll see that too. Fully. Ever feel like the business you've built is a cage you can't escape? You're grinding, managing teams, chasing revenue, but the world's moving faster than you can pivot. Now, in 2025, AI is exploding and it's like a tidal wave. Either you ride it or it sweeps you away. I've been there. Most founders and creators I know are stretched thin, juggling clients, content, and growing while trying to keep things real. It reminds me of the old ways of doing business. It's heavy, organically slow, and often leads to draining of your soul. And with AI reshaping everything right now, it's easy to feel like you're starting a future you're not ready for. I'm done playing by those rules. I'm launching a founder-led bootstrapped AI-native SaaS startup. No funding, just me and a lean stack of AI tools and systems I've built across different ventures. The goal? Either generate $100,000 in product revenue or reach $100,000 outcome through licensing or acquisition of the product itself. This isn't about selling a business, it's about building something smart, fast, and useful enough to stand on its own. The AI founder story is my real-time journey, raw, unfiltered, and grounded. Every decision, every fear, every breakthrough. I'm not here to teach you how to do it. I'm here to document why I'm betting on this new way of building. But before we get into it, you need to understand where I come from. The highs that lifted me, the lows that nearly broke me, and the conviction that keeps me going. My whole life, I've been drawn to architecting, piecing together ideas, processes, and outcomes. I spent years building the old world, where success meant trading time for money and growth meant heavier systems, more ad budgets, and bigger teams. This challenge is my leap into the new era. A paradigm shift to an AI-native world where I can build lean, agile, and true to my strengths. As you listen to my story, imagine the moments when you knew you were built to create. I grew up in a small town in South Africa, where the world felt quiet, but my mind was loud with dreams. As a kid, I was restless, buzzing with ideas, had my first business breeding and selling rabbits for profit to pet owners and pet shops, but school felt like a prison. I wasn't slacking. Praise the Lord for that. I had a lot of fire in my gut, but I couldn't stomach lessons that felt like chains around my neck, bolted to the concrete floor. As I grew older, I knew I didn't belong there, so I dropped out. That wasn't a casual move. It was a knife to the gut. I still remember people looking at me like, dude, you've gone off the rails. Picturing the heavy voices of friends and family. Johnny, what's your plan? You're throwing your life away. The shame burned deep. Just imagine their eyes dripping with tears of pity. I can still remember the same feeling of shame that felt like a vice squeezing my lungs. I'd lie awake, the silence screaming in my head, my heart pounding as I wondered if I just burned my future to ashes. But that pain sparked something fierce. I wasn't going to let anyone's doubts bury me. So I took my first step. Music became my refuge. After dropping out, I was blessed to get into a music institute, even though I was too young by their rules. That place was a pulse, a living rhythm. It wasn't just about playing, it was about building something from chaos. I threw myself into it completely. Drumming was my rebellion, my way to roar back at the world that I wasn't done. That fire led me to a life-changing week in London. The air was thick with the buzz of creation. Knobs turning, faders sliding, the mixing board glowing under my fingers, layering beats and melodies with a rhythm like a builder stacking bricks, and tracks just coming alive. It was intoxicating, like sculpting a world from noise. I was drawn to the architecture of it, the way you could just take raw ideas and structure them into something powerful. But in that electric week, a truth hit me like a snare snap. Production was my strength, but it wasn't my calling. As I shaped those tracks, I saw a bigger game: managing artists, helping them build their careers, creating systems for their success. I came back to South Africa with that revelation searing my mind. I started managing artists, throwing myself into their world, booking gigs, venues, negotiating deals, developing strategies to grow their revenue, and helping them with their reach. I was good at it, piecing together the operational scaffolding to make their dreams become reality. Money flowed, deals closed, and I felt the rush of building something tangible. But deep inside, a restlessness clawed at me. I'd sit in meetings, contracts piling up, and feel this hollow ache in my gut. This wasn't it. Helping artists was powerful at the time, but it didn't fill the void. I'd lie awake, the darkness pressing in, my mind racing. There's something bigger, there's something more. And I just prayed, Lord, show me what I'm built for. Show me what is this. That discontent was a drumbeat, growing louder, telling me I was meant to architect something of my own, something that could reshape the world for others. That's when I found an online course on starting a digital marketing agency. At the time, digital marketing was the new thing in South Africa, a chance to build a new kind of system, but it costed more than I could scrape together. I was living lean, my wallet thin, rent looming in like a storm. All I had was my car. That was my lifeline. It got me to meetings, to gigs, to my family's house. It was my freedom in a world that kept trying to box me in. Selling it wasn't just a decision. It was a wound that bled. The buyer didn't even look at me. He just counted all the pages of the agreement I was about to sign and took the keys. In that moment, the nervousness just couldn't escape me. My hands trembled as I signed the papers. Walking away from that, I collapsed on a curb. Dust on my jeans, and sobbed. Not quite tears, sobs that tore through me. What if this course was a scam? What if I just burned my only asset for nothing? The fear was like a vice, and I prayed, Lord, please make this worth it. That moment was traumatic, a scar I still feel. But that sacrifice opened a new door. The course gave me a blueprint, and I threw myself completely into it. I started on taking client work, managing projects, and learning digital marketing on the fly. No credentials, just raw hunger. I grabbed every gig I could, small campaigns, big pitches, teaching myself how to win trust and deliver results. It was scrappy, bone-tiring, but every win, client's yes, a campaign that landed, felt like a heartbeat, proof that I was alive and on the right path. Then I built my marketing agency from there. Fumbling through proposals, landing clients, building campaigns that hit, each deal pulled me further from that curve. By 2019, it was a rocket ride, hard work, but the kind that made my heart sing. It was traveling, planning, my engagement, building a name, helping businesses grow, then moved into high-ticket sales, closing deals that made my younger self dizzy. For the first time, I thought, this is why I sold the car. Then, the unforeseen happened.
The death toll now has risen above that of the SARS outbreak 17 years ago.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
COVID crashed in 2019, and it was like the world caught fire. Clients starting to vanish, one by one, their voices hollow. We can't afford you anymore, Johnny. By October 2020, my entire client base was almost gone. And the few who stayed dragged their payments, pulling me into legal disputes that bled time and money. I was fighting lawyers' letters, chasing invoices, and watching my agency and the world around me just starting to crumble. I was on the verge of bankruptcy. My savings turned to dust, my company a ghost. The fear was a beast clawing at my chest. It wasn't just money. It was the terror of losing everything I played for. I still remember lying awake, feeling like the darkness is just pressing in, my heart thumping. Just thinking, is this how it ends? That season shattered me. I let go of everything, ended contracts, and faced the truth. Everything I built up to that point was gone. But in that wreckage, I found a spark, I wasn't done. Couldn't be. I started consulting, scraping together small gigs to keep the lights on. I leaned on my skills, picking up fractional work, helping founders claw through their own chaos, mapping out their systems, streamlining the operations, coaching on sales, just finding ways to survive. Slowly, I started to rebuild. Each project was a lifeline, proof I can still make a difference. But those old models had chains. They were steady but heavy, tying me to hours, to complexity. I'd wake up in the middle of the night asking myself, dude, is this really it? Those prayers grew louder, calling me to a world I was only beginning to see. You see, everything I've shared, the music, the agency, the sales, the consulting, it was built in the old world, a place of trade-offs and limits. Then on the 28th of December 2024, the ground shifted. For me, AI didn't just show up, it roared. Like a new day breaking. AI tools, AI agents, and lean infrastructures are rewriting what it means to build businesses. This isn't a trend I'm chasing, it's a paradigm shift, a new era I'm stepping into. And yet, there's a fear, not of failing, but of missing this moment to create differently. I don't want to be anchored to the past while the future unfolds. That fear, that's my fire, urging me to act. And I'm ready to build this AI native world, not for anyone else, but for me. That's why I'm launching a SaaS product built entirely with AI and agentic infrastructures and documenting every single step of the way. I'm not doing this lightly. I've set strict personal rules to keep myself honest and accountable. This is the AI Founders Story, a docu-style series where I share every decision, every doubt, and every breakthrough in real time. This isn't a course, a coaching program, or promise of results. It's my personal challenge to break from the traditional business models I've relied on for so long and explore what now is possible in the AI native era. You'll see me vibe coding with AI agents, reaching out to my network, wrestling with fear, celebrating wins, and navigating the unknown. I'm building lean. No large team, just myself, my Rolodex, and some AI tools, and a small creative team helping me to document the journey. It won't be polished, it won't be predictable, but it will be real. Let me be straight with you about what this challenge is and what it's not. This isn't a polished business course, mastermind, etc. It's not a blueprint or something you can just copy and paste. This is me putting everything I know on the line because I believe AI has opened a new door in how we create and build businesses. And I'm walking through it before it closes. Now let's jump into the AI Founders Story Rulebook. I'm bootstrapping the build of an AI native SaaS product using my own time, tools, and shared infrastructure I've helped set up since AI knocked on the door. The goal is to reach 100K in product revenue or secure a licensing or acquisition deal for the product at that value. Allow me to be clear, I'm not selling a business and I'm not building a startup in the traditional sense. I'm just bringing a product to life and documenting everything it takes to get there. So why the 100K? It's high enough to matter, low enough to feel possible, and sharp enough to cut through my excuses. This isn't a how-to, and it's definitely not a guarantee that you will get the same results. What you're watching is a founder stepping into the unknown, using AI tools, AI agents, and unconventional workflows to do what used to take teams and funding. Your path is different, your tools, your risks, your resources, it's all different, and I'm not here to teach you how to win. What I'm here to show you is what it looks like to try. Moving further into the rules, the product has to be AI integrated at its core, not just AI branded. We are taking actual automation, agents, and augmentation that would have been almost impossible to build without today's tools. For this challenge, I'm working with AI, not against it. Vibe coding, iterating fast, and making use of the systems I already have access to. No traditional dev team, no outside investment capital, no playbook from the last decade to start with. This is lean, fluid, and built from the ground up for this era we are in today. I do need to mention that I'm not building this in isolation though, because that's not the point. I'm leveraging existing infrastructure, relationships, and tools I've already spent time and money investing into it. Sponsorships, partnerships, creative collaborations, those are all fair in this game. And I'm still betting on what I can build by fully activating my own capacity, creativity, and connections. The challenge only ends when one of two things happen. The product earns 100K in revenue, or licensed at 100K, or acquired or sold at a 100K minimum. What if you don't reach it? Maybe you burn out, or maybe there's severe situations like family emergencies, or just things you cannot control at this current stage. If I hit a wall I can't climb, you'll see that too, fully. Because this isn't about a polished launch, it's about the real story. Subscribe if you want to watch this unfold in real time and follow the journey. And to be honest, I don't know how long this will take. Could take months, could take years, but I've committed to seeing it through. And if you're building something of your own in this new native AI world, let me know what keeps you up at night. Let's build real, and let's build now. Here's the brutal truth. I can't build what I need to build while drowning in the stuff that doesn't move the needle. In the next episode, you'll watch me identify the biggest constraints, possibly standing in line to choke my momentum in this journey. That could be editing, it could be directing, and potentially the overthinking that keeps me stuck in creator mode instead of builder mode. You'll meet the creative director behind all of this, making this happen so that you guys can actually see this in real time. And you'll see why getting support doesn't mean building a team. It means creating a space for what only you can do. Because here's what I've learned. The fastest way to fail this challenge isn't building the wrong product. It's never getting clear enough to build anything at all. And if you're a founder who's been stuck spinning your wheels on the stuff that feels important but doesn't actually matter, you'll want to see this.